Hi, fourth graders. I hope you're having a good spring break so far. I wanted to give you a quick tutorial on how to access, complete, and turn in the math work that I left for you this week. Since you're not going to have any teachers, I wanted to give this to you so that you knew what to do with it. So I'm logged into Google Classroom as Wyatt so that you can see it from the student side. So thank you, Wyatt, for letting me use yours. I'm going to go in and I'm going to go into the fourth grade distance learning Google Classroom. Oh, look, Miss Harrison left us a note. We should read that. We made it to Friday, finished up our whole first week on Google Classroom. Check out the information under reading for your book report. Your final book report's going to be due on April 10th. Use this whole week to make it a masterpiece. Okay, so she posted that on Friday, so you should be using this week to make it a masterpiece. Okay, so now I'm going to go to classwork and I'm going to scroll down to math because that's the assignment that I want to talk to you about. So it says Monday through Tuesday, decomposing fractions review. I've noticed some people just go this far and they don't go into the assignment, which I think is what's making it so that you guys, some people aren't turning in assignments and they think that they've turned it in. So when you click on it and it expands like that, that's good because you can read it, but sometimes there's a lot there and you can't see all of it. But also you can't turn it in that way. So I think you need to click here, view assignment, and then it opens it up and it gives you all the instructions and then all the materials that you need. So it says first, watch the video tutorial. That's going to be right here, right above where it says class comments. It's not there yet because I'm making it right now. So as soon as I finish this video, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to put it there. So first thing you would do is watch the video that I'm making right now. Okay, then it says click to open the attached Google Slides. It's over here. So I'm going to come over here to the side and I'm going to click and open this. And it says I'm supposed to work on a few slides per day. My suggestion is Monday do slides 1 through 9 and Tuesday do slides 10 through 18. Really, you can do them whenever you want. If you want to do all 18 one time, you can, but I planned for you to spread it out over 2 days. Then turn it in after you have completed all of it. So if on Monday you do slides 1 through 9, don't turn it in yet. You're not going to turn it in until Tuesday when you do the rest of the slides. Okay, so I'm coming over here. I'm not hitting add or create. I'm opening the one that Mrs. Shock gave you. It'll have your name on it like Wyatt's does right here. So I open that up and it goes into Google Slides. Now, I realize now that I should have told you this last week because there are some of you who had this problem last week and it's because I didn't say, but we're all learning, right? Some people went straight into this presentation mode and then they were confused because they're like, it says to click and type things, but when I click it just advances the slide. You're right, because you don't want to work on it in the presentation mode. We want to work on it in edit mode. And that's what you get where it looks like just like this, where you have all the tools and stuff at the top and notes at the bottom, and you can see all the slides on the side. That's how it's supposed to be. So it says, click on each question mark to erase and type in the information. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to type my name. And then I'm going to click here, I'm going to write today's date. We'll pretend it's Monday. Okay, I'm done with slide 1. Slide 2. This task is meant to be broken up over 3 days. Oh, Miss Shock needs to fix that. It should say 2. Whoopsie. However, you can take it at your own pace. Instructions for each slide are typed below the slide in the notes. That's this part down here. Do you see where my mouse is? On some slides, you will drag and drop numbers, words, or fractions. On other slides, you'll click and type where you see a question mark, and on some slides, you'll use the line tool to partition rectangles. Do not turn this in until you have completed all the slides. Okay, slide 2, done. So now I'm going to quickly go through a couple slides and just show you like where the directions are and how to do certain things, and then I'm going to be done, and you're going to go open yours and work on it. So for example, this one, the directions are down here. Write the fraction as a sum of the unit fractions. Erase each question mark to write the unit fractions. So this represents 2 halves, which is 1 half plus 1 half. Okay. This represents 2 thirds, which is 1/3 plus 1/3. So all I do is I click there and I hit the delete or the backspace button and type in the 1. And then I click where the next question mark is, and I can backspace and type. Okay, so that's how those slides work. The next slide's the same way. So this represents, the shaded part is 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fifths. So that's 1/5 plus 1/5. Okay. All right, so that's how those slides work. Let's look at this slide. It says, read each fraction, erase the question mark, and type the number of unit fractions that take that fraction, and then drag the pieces to the top into the yellow place. So it says 4/6 is made up of how many 1/6 pieces? 4 of them, because it's 4/6. Then I come down here to the bottom, and I drag up the 1/6. And I make sure 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 should equal 4/6. So that makes sense. So I'm doing a little typing and a little drag and drop. This one's just drag and drop. Whew! If I have, this looks like 5/6 equals 2/6 plus, I think 3/6, right? Because 2 plus 3 equals 5. That makes sense. So I'm decomposing. This one is a little confusing, I think, so I want to talk you through it. Write each number sentence to match the tape diagram. A tape diagram is just a rectangle that's partitioned and shaded. So erase each question mark in the gray boxes and type the fraction. So this whole thing is showing 3/3 is shaded. Do you see this little bracket right here? That is, oops, undo. 2/3, and this one shows 1/3. Easy peasy. So over here, this shows me 6/8. This is 1/8. This is 2/8, and this is 3/8. That seems pretty logical, I think. Look at the colored fractions. Read and drag the matching colored rectangle for each fraction into the rectangle. Spread the rectangle across the fraction strip to make that fraction. Look, one has already been started for you. Okay, so they started this one. So they want us to make 4/5, so it's already broken into fifths. They want 1/5 to be green, 2/5 to be orange, and 1/5 to be blue. So I drag the blue one up and I stretch it out. So now I have 1/5 green, 2/5 blue, 2/5 orange, and 1/5 blue. Okay, that makes sense. Now the rest of them, it's not started for you. So I've got to make my 2/8 has to be green. So I pull this up, that's 1/8, 2/8. I got to have 2/8 orange. So that's 1/8, and I just stretch it out 2/8. And then I'll pull the blue one up. That makes sense. Now I'm dragging and dropping again. 3/5 equals 1/5 plus something plus 1/5. I think if I put this up there, it doesn't work because 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 1 more is 4. So that doesn't equal 3/5. So it's not that one. Maybe it's 1/5. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3/5. That makes sense. So that one's just a drag and drop. Here, same thing, but this time I'm going to click and I'm going to get rid of the question mark and I'm going to put in a number. 9/6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think this one has to be 3 because I need that to equal 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That makes sense. Ooh, this one's a little harder because it's a mixed number. Okay, so I have 2 wholes and 2/4. 2 and 2/4. So this is 2 plus, no, that's not 2. 1 plus 1 makes the 2, and then this is 1/4 and 1/4. And now I have to decompose that more. So how can I make 1? Well, it could be 4/4. Okay, that makes sense. And now I'm dragging up decomposings that make sense. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3/4. That's this one. This is another one. You're going to put the improper fraction, type in the number of pieces, and then drag up the decomposition or the decomposing. Bring up a fraction. This one I wanted to show you because you have to use the line tool. It says to use the line tool, click insert, and then click line. So I'm going to come up here, insert, line, and now I've got to match it. So I've got to find 8/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That matches. So I'm going to draw a line connecting them like that. And if I find 10/6, I'm going to go again, insert, line, and I'm going to click here and drag and then drop the line wherever I think 10/6 is. This would be the wrong answer, but that's how you would do it. Okay? This one, I'm just answering the question by putting the circle over my answer. Okay? And this one, I'm bringing a check mark over and putting it on top of my answers. And it says any correct answer. So this is like that Google form last week where there was more than one right answer for some of them. So I'm just dragging and dropping the question or the check marks. And then when I'm totally done, I'm going to come back up. I'm going to close my slideshow, and then I'm going to hit turn in. And when I hit turn in, it goes to my teacher. And my teacher can grade it or score it and give me feedback. And when I get my feedback, then I know how I did. So remember that you'll watch this video and then you'll do those slides. You don't have to do them all in one day. There's enough there that you could do some on Monday and some on Tuesday if you want. If you want to do them all on Monday, you can. That's fine. It's up to you. Okay, I will see you after spring break, 4th grade friends. I miss you.